So we're going to go over the different mortar tubes today and which ones are the best to use. Now, there's a lot of different options out there, but I'm going to primarily focus on the ones that I've used in the past. Starting with fiberglass. Now, most of the time these come in the boxes with the canister shell, and quite frankly, there's a reason for that. They're probably one of the safest and most price-friendly options on the market. They're very durable. They can handle a lot of pressure. And if there is a shell that goes off inside these, like a malfunction or something, they'll actually blow the bottom off these rather than to explode into a million pieces. And I actually have had that happen before. They're very safe, highly recommended. If I had to choose a con for these, where they've got a square platform on the bottom, you can't stack them into rows, which, you know, there are options where you can buy maybe a 10-foot piece of fiberglass tube, cut them into sections and put a plug on the bottom and then build a bracket, you know. But if you're just talking about these, you can't stack them close together, which leads me right into my next option, HDPE. Now, HDPE stands for high density polyethylene. It's an extremely strong material that can handle tremendous amounts of pressure. In my opinion, they're probably one of the best options for canister shells. A lot of professional pyrotechnicians will use these. They're very versatile. You can stack them in rows, you can angle them to shoot different directions. If I had to choose a con, it would be the cost. They're very, very expensive and they're kind of hard to find. Now, I will put down in the description, I'll put a link to the website that I order these off of if anybody wants one. You can get different sizes. They go from anywhere from 2-inch, I think, all the way up to 6-inch. But in my opinion, these are probably the best option. Next up, PVC. Now, I know I'm getting a lot of pyrotechnicians yelling at me through the screen right now, wondering why this is even on the list. So before I go any further, let me just say I highly recommend you not using these. They're very, very dangerous, and I'll explain why here in just a second. But nevertheless, they do work. I've used them in my shows before, mostly on finale racks, you know, where I'll stack 20 together and then put a long fuse, run, or put an igniter and start the first one, let them go from there. They're very dangerous. You don't want to be standing next to these if they go off. And I'll tell you a quick story. I've always been curious on why people say never use PVC pipe. Because once I tried it, it worked, and I've always been curious on why they say not to. So what I did was I took a shell, flipped it upside down, stuck it in there, and I had an igniter. Well, I ran the wire to it. I put a center block around it, and then I built a block wall of center blocks on the kind of on the left side. And then of course I went 200-300 yards down the road, fired it, come back. Well, it had absolutely disintegrated this pipe. There was nothing left of it. Blew the center block into a million pieces. The block wall that was next to it blew that into hundreds of pieces. In other words, what I'm saying, they're very, very dangerous. And I highly recommend you not using these. If somebody would have been next to that, if it had went off inside there, it would have probably killed them, if not seriously injured them. Pros and cons. They're very, very easy to find. They're cheap. You can find them at any hardware store. You know, you can cut them, put a plug in them, and then put them in rolls, build a bracket around them. The cons are, like I said, very, very dangerous. I would highly recommend not using these. But if you're gonna ignore me and still do it, please stay at a safe distance. Use an igniter or a long fuse. Don't be anywhere near these when you light them off. But other than that, they're manageable. You can use them. I just wouldn't recommend it. Well, I hope this video was a help to you. Please like and subscribe and share this video. And don't forget, I'll leave the link for HDPE pipe, the website that I get them off of, down in the description. So if you all want to buy any, you can get, like I said, you can get different sizes, anywhere from 2-inch all the way up to 6, I think. And then they have a couple other things on there that you can buy, mortar racks and different things. So hope y'all enjoyed this video, and y'all have a good one.